Welcome to another video with Joseph Manifesting. Today's video is going to be on a step-by-step guide of how I release limited beliefs, and it'll also tie into Neville Goddard's Fundamentals. If you haven't read Neville Goddard's Fundamentals, I highly suggest it. The overview of it is this. The first step is becoming aware of ourselves for a day. He shares how there is the part of us that we show the world, or that we tell the world that we are. However, what is creating is who we actually are in secret. And so for a day, pay attention to our reactions and inner talkings, and we will find that we are not loving and compassionate and understanding. In fact, you may find, as I did, that very rarely was I ever that way. So the first step is becoming aware. The second step is, what is your aim? What is that you desire to be? Who do you desire to show up as? Now, if you did my 7-day mental diet, this is a nice little addition to it. What I would do for my 7-day diets, when I used to do them pretty much back to back for several years, I would have a note card and I would write down on there my definite chief aim. Because during the 7-day mental diet, you will be tempted to think unideal thoughts that are in harmony with the old state of being. And it can be kind of overwhelming. And if there's not something helpful to grab onto real quick, we won't know what else to do. And so we'll just think in the same way that we always thought. Whereas when you have the note card, you can just pull it out and read your aim and realize that the 7-day mental diet is in harmony with that. So the second part of Neville's Fundamentals is a definite chief aim, who you desire to be, how you desire to show up. And then the third thing is detachment. So detachment from old states. The way that I do this is by reminding myself that I am the consciousness. I am the awareness. I'm the observer. There are thoughts that go through my mind and beliefs that go through my mind and body. However, I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am the consciousness. So that is detachment from these unideal states and attachment to the ideal states. Because ultimately, if you look at it like this, all we are is awareness or consciousness. Every thought that goes through our head or every story about our life is all imagined. And what goes through our head and what we internally accept as true is what we experience outside, which means that it is imagined as well. If you are the consciousness and you have the ability to imagine whatever you want to and accept it as true, as Neville says, you are ruler of your world. I had a situation happen the other day where I was driving and some person went in front of my vehicle, put their car in front of my car. Now, there was a story that happened, an imagined story, obviously, and I was observing my mind because I felt a emotional charge. And so I was paying attention to the thoughts that were being said, the story. And it said how this guy is an a-hole. My next question was, why is he an a-hole? Because he didn't think about me. Okay, why is he an a-hole? Because he didn't think about me. And then the next thought was, you always allow people to hurt us and you never protect us. Okay, so there is this story, and I remember having this thought patterns about myself many times because when I was young, I got bullied or physically abused. And so there was somehow a belief in mind and body that I don't protect myself. Now, if there's an emotion or if there's a belief that comes up or some sort of sensation in the body, I feel it. If it is just a simple thought, I will change it to an ideal thought and let it pass. Now, if it's something that keeps persisting, it keeps popping up, and it keeps popping up, and it keeps popping up, then I will go deep into this. So I will drop the story about the outside circumstance that my brain is saying caused it. I will ask my subconscious or intuition or whatever you want to call it, I will ask it to share with me similar times of when I felt the same emotion and asked for it to bring up any similar emotion for me to release. Sometimes it comes up as me just observing the emotion and it dissolves. Other times I end up crying or something to that nature. And what I find is, as I release the energy, the thoughts stop popping up, because the way that it works, a memory with an emotion is trauma. A memory without emotion is experience. When I release some trauma or some belief, it no longer shows up in mind or body, and it no longer shows up in my experience. Another thing that I will do is often I will have affirmations that are in place of this. So for instance, for this one that I found yesterday, an affirmation could be, I love sharing my truth, and others I'm in conversations with share their truths as well. I am safe and I protect and love myself, or something like this. And I may listen to this affirmation for a while, and then I'll watch my reaction to life. Next time that a person cuts in front of me, is there an emotional reaction? Or do I just allow the event to be without any reactivity? And this is the same thing for anything. Again, the process will be, if it's just an unideal thought, I will let the thought go, and then I'll think ideal thoughts from the vision realized. If a belief is triggered from some outside event or from some internal event, I thought a thought that then triggered a belief, I will then feel the emotion and drop the story. Now, I don't suggest self-suggesting or affirming over a emotion. I suggest feeling the emotion and letting it be, and loving and accepting it by being aware of it, detaching from the story, however, feeling the emotion. And then once in an ideal state, you can then affirm or visualize or whatever you want to do. In a lot of cases, you may find that you're automatically in your ideal state after you feel the emotion, or you let the thought pattern just pass. This way works efficiently, and also it's less force-based. I noticed when I used to just affirm continuously, it was very tiring to challenge every single thought that went through my head. So instead, I let the ones that weren't ideal pass, and then just think lovingly thoughts from the vision realized. That's it for today's video. I hope it helped. English is hard sometimes. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have a video you want me to speak on, please leave it in the comment section. Take care.